get the mic on first. With NONI in a brace and Saka looking dusted, would you say it's time to crack open each other's skulls and feast on the goo inside? Yes, I would, Eddie. Good morning, 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 everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Arsenal Breakfast Show. It is Sunday, the 29th of March, and is it time to hit the bed? We're about to find out. Good morning to you all. Good morning, Gooniverse. Good morning, Gunners. Good morning, Arsenal World. Good morning to everyone who is here watching live, and if you're listening later, good afternoon, good evening to you. I hope you're having a splendid Sunday. I really, truly do. We've got a big show this morning. We have a big show this morning. There was some late breaking news last night, which we will come to in just a moment, but let me plug the rest of the show because I am Edwin Ash. This is the Big Arsenal Breakfast Show. If you don't know us, we've been going for nearly 4 weeks, nearly our month anniversary. And we've been doing it every day. We're live weekdays, 7 a.m. and weekends, 9 a.m. That's Saturday and Sunday, 9 a.m. And that's Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. We're doing it every day. We also released a podcast of this straight after the show. So you can have that. If you're only catching a bit of this, but you like what you're hearing, you like what you're seeing, you can have the whole thing on your phone. You can get that shit downloaded by about 7:45, 8 o'clock on a weekday. And after this, it'll be about 9:45. So there it is. There's your kickstart, Arsenal Espresso to start the day. And it's there every day. And we are here for you every single day. Now, if you want to get involved in the show, if you want to get involved in this good stuff, then we are all over the socials. We are at Big Arse Breakfast on TikTok. We are at Big Arse Breakfast on Insta. We are at Big Arse Brekkie on X. And we are at bigarsebreakfast.bsky.social. If you're over on B-Sky, which as far as I can see is a complete wasteland because there's no one there and nothing happening. But if you like that kind of thing, I like the vibe at B-Sky, I must admit. I like the vibe at B-Sky. It's got a sort of early 2012's Twitter vibe to it. It's kind of good. But at the same time, it's a bit quiet. But get over there. I should say we are currently, at the moment, we are currently in jail on TikTok. Kinda. We're not allowed to post, and we don't know why. I've been trying to figure it out with the TikTok guys for about 3 days, and they keep saying there's nothing wrong with your account. You can post. Post away, my friend. And I'm like, I can't post. You're not letting me post. And they keep saying, we are letting you post. And I'm like, here's a screenshot. Every time, you're not letting us post. So we're there. We're there. We're just trying to wait out the algorithm, see what's happened. We have no idea. It's probably because my takes are too spicy. My spices are too takey. So we are there, and you can comment. You can get involved. I still see the comments. You can still like the videos if you like them. You can do all of that sort of stuff. So we are there on TikTok, but it should be fixed in the next couple of days. But everything else is fine. Also, most importantly, if you please, if you can be bothered, it would help us out immensely if you could like and subscribe. Like and subscribe really helps the show get out there to many, many other gooners. This show has been designed with you in mind. We want you to come and comment, to give your big arse opinions every day. Get involved with us, to have a chat about it. And we can only do that if you like and subscribe. And if you like the podcast, give it a little 5-star review. That helps us get out there as well. So we're just trying to broaden our search a little bit, just get more gooners involved. Because I know what it's like when you're sat at home, you're like, I've got something that's on my mind. I've got something that's really on my mind. Right? And I'd be like, yeah, tell us what it is. And you'd be like, we should have never let Scalacci go. We should have never let him go. We are the platform for that. We are the platform for everything. Whatever you want to say, come and say it to us, yeah? So that's me trying to plug the show. Let's get into the day's stuff, shall we? So I had the show already. I was, putting it all together last night. And then late last night, bam, bam-biddy, bam, bam. Charles Watt says Saka and Rice head back to Arsenal for medical assessment after reporting for England duty on Friday. They won't be part of the squad to face Japan on Tuesday. Madueke also returning to Arsenal with a knock after the injury he suffered last night against Uruguay. Now, that is huge. That is absolutely huge. Why is it huge? It's not just that they've left It's that something has gone on to say, look, come back. We've had enough of this shit. That's obviously what's happened, because NONI Madueke, which we'll come to, was seen leaving in a brace. We don't know how bad that injury is. It could be a precaution. It could be a precaution. But at the same time, to me, without getting too tinfoil hat, that might be not serious, but it could be something that isn't just a few days in a brace. It feels to me, if I was guessing, and I'm only guessing here, speculative, that might be like, this is not looking good for NONI. If it was like a week, then maybe Saka can stay. And quite frankly, I got a feeling NONI might be out for a while. And Arteta said to England, with Tuchel's consent, look, I've got nothing left if you fuck up Saka as well. I have nothing left in the tank on the right side if you mess up Saka as well. Well, not quite nothing. We're going to come to that because we had a little question about it last night, which you got involved with. So, yeah, that's big news. And obviously, Rice is a part of that. It's like, well, if you've messed up one of my players in NONI, you're not messing up Saka, you're not messing up Rice. Come home, boys. Home you come. So I think that's a big deal. I also think that's smart from England to say, yeah, okay, we'll get them some rest. We know what they are. We know what they can do. We'll give them some rest. They can come home and let's just chill out, yeah? That's good. It's good for England. Well done, Tuchel, if that's the case. Now, on to NONI. Here he was. There's a picture of him limping in a brace. Oh, my God. Did we not need that? Did we not need that? And then to sort of further that panic amongst Arsenal fans, because let's face it, guys. Let's be honest about this. We're a little bit prone to a meltdown every now and then, aren't we? We can be honest about this. Talk honestly about it. We're a little bit prone to a meltdown. And John Cross at the Mirror. John Cross, who... he's not one of the bad ones, right? I read his stuff. He's pretty Arsenal-centric, obviously. He covers Arsenal. I don't know if he's actually a gooner or not, because a lot of those journalists, they cover Arsenal, not necessarily supporters, which is fine. You don't have to be. You don't have to be. But John Cross released a little, what did he release last night? A little thing, a little tweet saying, look, NONI Madueke, worrying injury update. This was on Twitter. NONI Madueke injury latest as England boss Tuchel issues worrying update. Now, you don't have to go and read this, because I have. And really, there's absolutely nothing new. There's nothing, it's not an update. This is what annoys me about media. This is not about John Cross. He's doing his thing. He's got to do his thing. He's a journalist. They do your thing, right? But it's posited in a way that says update. There is no update. It is just the quotes from after the game, not yesterday, day before now. And Tuchel said, I'm worried, of course, very sad and upset, and hopefully it's not a big injury. It was the tackle. I think it was on the edge, the tackle within the box, but they didn't check it. And then it goes on to just talk about what he said about Madueke's performance, which he started well, he was full of energy, a diddly-diddly-do. This is not an update. There is nothing new in this piece. Like, no disrespect to John Cross, but honestly, guys, don't give it a click. It's not worth it. There's nothing new here to see, so don't panic. But... what if he's out for a while? So Saka's coming back. He either needs backup or he needs a rest. Now, I put out a little poll last night for you guys to get involved with. And I said, I wanted to hear from you. Panic stations with NONI Madueke spotted in knee brace and Bukayo Saka needing a rest. Who deputises on the right wing for Arsenal? And I posited, Nelly goes right. Trossard stays left. That's option A. Option B, it's time for Max Dowman. And option C was another, give us your idea. Now, nobody gave us any idea. Nobody gave us any idea. That's fine. But 17% of you, which is higher than what I thought, 17% of you said Nelly on the right, Trossard on the left. And a whopping 83% said, of course, it's time for Max Dowman. He will find you. He will score an important goal. So yeah, that's what we're thinking. I mean, I don't know what other amalgamations there are. I can't think of what else you could do. Obviously, you could have Eze on the left and Nelly on the right, but I don't know who else who could fit into the right wing. Have we seen Trossard on the right before? I can't remember if we have. If we have, you get in the comments, get in the chat and tell me. I honestly can't remember. But that was the result of the poll. That was the result of the poll. That's what we do. We put out a poll. We want your opinions. Come and give us your opinions. All of you, pretty much, bar 17% of you, whoever that was, very brave of you, said Nelly on the right. The rest of you are like, it's Max Dowman time. Bring me the Dowman now. So, yes, I think that's what we're going to see, aren't we? We have to see it. If Noni's out, Saka looks busted, man. He looks busted. So we just got to get what minute they got to share. They got to do a timeshare. It's got to be Saka and Dalman. If Noni's out, maybe it's not that big a deal. Maybe Noni's good. But even so, I think people want to see Max Dalman regardless of whether Noni's injured or not. Right, moving on to a little bit of transfer bollocks that was doing the rounds yesterday. Just a little bit of transfer bollocks. Daily FC had quoted Fabrizio Romano, who said, Arsenal will add something up front. We will see whether it's going to be a winger or a striker. For sure, Arsenal will be busy up front in the summer. I expect an important summer. They have things to do at fullback, midfield, up front. That was Fabrizio Romano. Hedging his bets, being as ambiguous as possible. Could you be more ambiguous? Really? Could you be more ambiguous? I mean, it doesn't really say anything, does it? And you're probably shouting, well, Eddie, why did you put it in your show? Well, it's just a highlight that people are just saying a lot of shit at the moment, aren't they? They are saying a lot of crap. Well, Terry Flewers, who I'm a great admirer of at the Football Terrace, great admirer of him. He's got a take. The Football Terrace posted Arsenal are pushing to sign a world-class striker this summer with Atletico Madrid and Argentina forward Julian Alvarez emerging as their top target. Terry Flewers retweeted that, obviously, and said, such a good signing for Arsenal. And it's not really a criticism, but we haven't signed him. We haven't signed him at all. I don't know. Is this how it works in the Twitter space? We just put stuff like that? No criticism to Terry. Great guy. I love his work. There was some rumours going around that he's got a crazy release clause of a £500 million. I haven't put that here because this was like rumour mill. I couldn't find any substantiated facts about this. But there's a rumour going around that he's got like this £500 million release clause, but he would be open to a move. And the piece was basically saying, what we kind of know, that Barcelona can't afford him. I'm doing that in quotes to you listening on the podcast. Can't afford him. And if he were to go anywhere, it would most likely be Arsenal because we could actually pay, we could structure the deal that would work rather than Barcelona, allegedly, pulling one of their many weird levers where they sell their Web 4 based content or, I don't know, magic up some kind of in AI image rights, who knows, whatever levers they've got left to pull to try and keep themselves afloat because they're in so much financial trouble, they couldn't do the deal. They always find a way though, don't they? They find a way. They find a way. But yeah, Alvarez, I don't know. Maybe I have to start doing like, we'll get this ready for transfer season, but we'll have to start doing like a rate-o-meter. How do you rate this one, guys? I reckon this one's got some legs. Definitely. I 100% think Arteta loves him. No two ways about it. I think this is more realistic than the Kvaratskhelia one. So that's your daily transfer bollocks. We'll have more transfer bollocks as we go into the end of the season and in summer. Right, 60-point deduction. Let's talk about this 60-point deduction that's been doing arounds on the socials. Here I've put an image of Mark Goldbridge at That's Football. Relegated, it says. Man City 60-point deduction. Watch here. So, yeah, the thing is, so this rumor about the 60-point deduction, which comes from a Spanish journalist or Colombian journalist or someone, has basically said that he's got the inside info that City are getting deducted 60 points. Possibly this season, possibly kicked back until the end of the season, possibly kicked back till summer. I don't know if this is true or got any legs. I have no idea. No idea. I mean, none of us feel like the Premier League are going to do the right thing. Nobody could ever agree what the right thing would be, considered that if they are found guilty of this, and they've absolutely bollocked, if they're found guilty of this, Manchester City have bollocksed up the Premier League for the last 10 years, quite frankly. That is that. Imagine that. 10 years worth of complete bollocksing up because you cheated so much. If they are found guilty, because now, if they are found guilty of that, all those trophies that they've won has to have the asterisks. Even Sky Sports be like, can we show that Aguero moment anymore? Can we use this footage? If people just sat there going, oh, yeah, I remember when they did that, but didn't really count, did it? Which is why I don't think the Premier League are going to do anything about it. There's too much riding on it. There's too much value in all of those memories and footage and all that sort of stuff. I don't know how they do that. Even if they do a 60 points deduction, City get relegated, which would be massive, which I don't think they're going to do. The talk in the Arsenal versus, don't do it now. Don't do it now when we're on the precipice of winning the league fair and square against an unfair rival. There are Arsenal fans that are like, well, yeah, do it. Do it. They cheated. Allegedly. They cheated. They need to be fined. I'll take the league, some Arsenal fans are saying. If they cheated, it's no asterisks for me. I would still be like, really? We're going to never hear the fucking end of that, would we? Don't do it now, Premier League. Get to the summer, relegate them, let them start again. Thank you very much. Now, hopefully this will be the last of the Ben White discourse. I don't know. I assume he's staying with the squad for Tuesday's game against Japan, I assume. And I just wanted to bookend, hopefully, the last part of this Ben White saga, which has been running on all week, which I have been commenting on because it really has been making my piss boil. But Jonathan Norcroft has joined the list of hack journalists that have just been churning out the clickbait stuff, along with Henry Winter and Jason Butthurt. And so Jonathan Norcroft at the Times, Ben White needs to explain himself, but James Garner looks the part. Read that tagline again. Ben White needs to explain himself, but James Garner looks the part. I don't think I've ever read such a stupid non sequitur. Ben White needs to explain himself, but James Garner looks the part. That is a non sequitur. They don't connect. That makes no sense. It'd be like if they had a normal headline in the Times that was like, Member of Parliament caught in flagrante delicto, but Jenny has an ice cream. Doesn't make any sense. Stupid. Absolutely stupid. But my message to these journalists, really, and I'm going to try not to say anything more about this. The message to the Winters, the Butthurts, and the Norcrofts is they know exactly what took place in Qatar in 2022. All the journalists know what happened. They know the absolute, honest to God, straight down the line truth. And they don't report on it. Why? Because they knew they would lose their access to Gareth Southgate. So instead of reporting it themselves and doing what they should do as principled journalists, they're pushing pressure on Ben White to come out and say what happened and give an explanation. Do your job. Do your job. That's up to you to do it. Not to put it all on the player. Cowards. They are. Okay, Big Arse Opinions time.
Apart from the two penalties he gave away, way too dry.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for your big ass opinions. Time for your big ass opinions. Ooh, I'm stalling because I've got an opinion from G-Dog, who's not in the chat this morning, but I wanted to read it. I'm going to read it out. Yeah. It was about Saka and Rice leaving late last night. I haven't had a chance to clip it up because I thought G-Dog would be in this morning, but he's not here. G-Dog said, huge news. Finally, they realize that the league campaign and their careers are more important than a stupid friendly. That's what G-Dog said, and that is absolutely true. Thank you, G-Dog, for getting in touch. You are well loved amongst the Babs community. Thank you, sir. Right, on to the ones that I found online last night. Matt Walker also replied to Jonathan Norcroft. He said, leaving England in the lurch, Jesus. Talk about driving an agenda. There wasn't a media frenzy because it was Steve Holland involved, and being Southgate's assistant, the media didn't want to lose their access that they unprecedentedly had. Absolutely, Matt. I just said this a minute ago. Everyone's going to think I've stolen your idea. It's not the case. I'm putting this on there because I completely agree. They would have lost access. They know what happens. Just print it. Stop putting it on Ben White. Stop being chickens. End of story. At Pramod, and he's, sorry, Pramod, at 4, Pramod, P-R-A-M-O-D. This was quite funny. I just find this funny. So Graham Bailey had reported, I'm not sure who Graham Bailey is, teamtalk.com. Graham Bailey said that Man City are in a position, they're positioning themselves firmly in the hunt for Tonali to overhaul their midfield. And Brahma just put overhauling their midfield every 6 months. It's true. It just made me laugh. Bit random, but it made me laugh. Okay, Dougie Critchley. Dougie Critchley on the Ben White thing. He said, I do think it's slightly weird behaviour from the England fans that booed Ben White at points last night, 2 nights ago. No one knows the ins and outs of what happened with Steve Holland. The biggest loser of the self-imposed exile was Ben White, with the Stones-Maguire axis unlikely to be shifted. He doesn't owe England anything. It was a personal decision. Not sure booing him is the right course of action for an introverted character, an introverted character re-entering the international stage. Not sure booing him is the right course of action for an introverted character re-entering the international stage. Yes, Dougie. Completely agree. I mean, look, the boos happened mostly because of the media. And then PB at football_PB talking about Noni and Saka and Rice returning from England duty. He said, Arsenal basically said, you've injured Noni. Now Saka is going to have to play twice a week for 2 months. Do you want a broken Saka for the World Cup? Bingo! Bingo! Correct, PB. That's exactly the point. They've probably said, look, you've broken one of our right wingers. We only have one left. And if you want him to be fit for the World Cup, send him home now and get him out of this fucking pointless friendly. And send Rice as well. Which they did. To credit them, they did. Thomas Tuchel so far has been the most sensible England manager I've seen in ages. Gareth Southgate, loved him, and I did love him. He would have kept them there and played them twice for 90 minutes each. And the instant karma take of the day.
Instant karma take of the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, instant karma take of the day. It's going to be difficult for me to read this one because it's such tiny print, but I'm going to have to move it. So this came from, well, Match of the Day posted it, and it's a quote from Jordan Henderson. Again, about the Ben White thing, which hopefully we will bookend today and never talk about it ever again. Jordan Henderson said, I'm just going to move this slide up and down. He said, as teammates, we are always there to support. I have been through it myself. But that is part and parcel of being an England player. Some of the fans probably don't even know why they are booing. They listen to what is being said in the media, and a lot of the time, what the media says isn't true. Not many people know the ins and outs of what happened in Qatar, and it is for us to deal with internally. Ben has been good since he came back in, and we will support him as teammates. Jordan Henderson, grab an Uber with Harry Maguire, because you, sir, are also invited to the parade. Well done, Jordan. Woo! Wow. We absolutely rattled through that one today, didn't we? We rattled through that one today. Again, I think I need to go and chill out. It's a Sunday. What are you up to today? What footballers are on today? I don't even know. I should know that. I'll check out what football's on today. Probably nothing of any excitement is there, really, let's be honest. So don't forget, we have the podcast. It goes live about 20 minutes after the show. It doesn't go live. It goes up 20 minutes after the show. And also, you can like and subscribe. Pretty please. It helps us get out to more Gooners and Gunners across the world. And we want your involvement, and we want your opinions, and we want you to get stuck in with what we do here every morning, 7 a.m., Monday to Friday, Saturday and Sunday, 9 a.m. We are here for you. Talk Arsenal for the rest of time. Okay. That's it. We'll see you tomorrow, 7 a.m. Hopefully not too much bollocks on the news. But we'll always bring you the good stuff and we'll have a little look at it, all right? Enjoy your Sunday, 7 a.m. tomorrow. Get your arse in here.